Subscribe and download over 1 million code snippet including this tutorial from codegive.com, link in the description below. Title: Exploring the Monty Python's Meaning of Life soundtrack with Python. Introduction. Monty Python's The Meaning of Life is a classic comedy film known for its humor and wit. The film's soundtrack, composed by John Prez and Eric Idle, complements the absurdity of the movie perfectly. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to interact with the soundtrack using Python, specifically focusing on extracting information about the soundtrack using code examples. Prerequisites. Before we start, make sure you have Python installed on your system. Additionally, you'll need the pydub library, which can be installed using extracting information from the soundtrack. We'll use the pydub library to load the soundtrack and extract information such as duration, channels, and sample rate. Let's create a Python script for this. This script defines a function get_soundtrack_info that takes the path to the soundtrack file as input and returns its duration, number of channels, sample width, and frame rate. The script then prints this information. Visualization of the soundtrack. Now, let's create a simple script to visualize the waveform of the soundtrack using the matplotlib library. This script uses matplotlib to plot the waveform of the soundtrack. Adjust the soundtrack_path variable with the correct path to your soundtrack file. Conclusion. This tutorial covered the basics of interacting with the Monty Python's Meaning of Life soundtrack using Python. You can further extend this by exploring additional features offered by libraries like pydub and matplotlib for audio processing and visualization. Have fun exploring the soundtrack of this iconic film. The Monty Python comedy troupe is renowned for its irreverent humor and unique style. Monty Python's The Meaning of Life is one of their iconic films, featuring a soundtrack that perfectly complements the absurdity and satire of the movie. In this tutorial, we'll explore the soundtrack of Monty Python's The Meaning of Life and discuss its significance. Additionally, we'll provide a code example to demonstrate how to access and play some of the memorable tracks from the soundtrack. The soundtrack of Monty Python's The Meaning of Life is a blend of comedic songs, musical numbers, and sound bites that capture the essence of the film. Composed by John Prez and Eric Idle, the soundtrack features songs like Every Sperm is Sacred, The Galaxy Song, and Christmas in Heaven. These songs not only provide entertainment but also serve as a commentary on various aspects of life, society, and human existence. Let's take a brief look at some of the standout tracks from the soundtrack. Every Sperm is Sacred. This song, performed in the film by Michael Palin and the Monty Python cast, hilariously satirizes Catholic teachings on contraception and reproduction. The Galaxy Song, sung by Eric Idle, this song is a comedic exploration of the vastness of the universe and humanity's insignificance in comparison. Christmas in Heaven, a cheerful and absurd musical number depicting the afterlife as a never-ending Christmas celebration. These tracks, along with others on the soundtrack, contribute to the film's comedic brilliance and its exploration of existential themes. Now, let's dive into a code example demonstrating how to play a track from the Monty Python's The Meaning of Life soundtrack using Python. In this code example, we use the pygamy library to load and play a track from the Monty Python's The Meaning of Life soundtrack. Make sure you have the pygamy library installed. Pip install pygamy. Replace path /to /meaning_of_life_soundtrack with the actual path to the directory containing the soundtrack files on your system. The soundtrack of Monty Python's The Meaning of Life is not only a collection of comedic songs but also a reflection of the film's themes and messages. Through satire and humor, the soundtrack, composed by John Prez and Eric Idle, adds depth and entertainment to the movie. By exploring its tracks and employing a code example, we've gained insight into the significance of the soundtrack and how to interact with it programmatically. Enjoy exploring the absurdity and wit of Monty Python through their unforgettable soundtrack. ChatGPT